This is Hailee's Halloween tour 2024. Let's see if Joe. Hello, Joe. Well, hi, Joe. Are you going to be our tour guide? Well, this is Hailee's house, and we aren't obviously on camera, but we're behind the camera, so we will be filling in what's going on in her home to show it for Halloween 2024. And she typically doesn't have this lamp here, but we're trying to get away without using the harsh overhead light. What do you think, Joe? Yeah, you're like, whatever. So, anyhow. So I think we'll start over here at the desk. She has a little ghosty, walking a little dog, and her little witch candle. And that was set on my mother's desk at the bank where she worked in Hastings. And this jar full of change is kind of a Halloween, well, it's a fall jar, but I found that at an estate sale for Hailee. And I used to have Eve, but I gave it to her because it just seemed more her style. You just evolve. She's even evolved herself as far as what she puts on her wall and things like that. So this is a rag ribbon that I made for her. I think I would try and do one that had longer strips, but it still looks good. And then the little ghost is from Temu. And then she's got some nice scented candles up here. And the little baking ghost is a ghost I made. And then some more candles. Love the pumpkin. And this, I think, came from Target, Dollar Spot, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And the Flinkies came from Marnie. And then we'll step over here into the kitchen. I think we'll start with this side first. Come around here. But I got another witch's brew candle. Oh, and it's nice, nice crackly ones. I love those. And this one, is this the campfire one?
No, the campfire one is blue.
Because there was, or was it this one? Which one was it that we went to the Dollar General, wasn't it?
So like 5 of them.
Yeah, to try and find this specific candle. It took us forever, and then we did finally find it after like the 5th.
No, because it was the blue is the fireside, and that was the one we wanted. We could find the sprays, but we wanted the candle. So we bought those at like the 3rd store thinking it's fine, and then we finally found them.
Yep. We get a little obsessed about something we want. Rooster, a nod to my mom. That was from an estate sale. Speaking of my mom, there's my mom. This is her grandma, my mom, Terry, and Aunt Denith. They're both in heaven having a lot of laughs, I'm sure. And then we have these 2 little guys. Is that from Grandma Ann?
I believe so.
Like always was on Grandma Ann's refrigerator during the holidays.
I just keep them year round because I like them.
Right. Well, it's a nod to Grandma Ann. And then this came from, was it Gordman's? Back when we had Gordman's?
I have no idea.
Because you've had that a long time, right? Because you had that back in Millard in storage for when you did move out.
Probably.
Because I think you put it out in your room. But yeah, it's very old. And then a little, I think this was in the fall tour, but I'm still going to show it again. And she got this at, was it Flea Body? No, Barn and Beach.
Barn and Beach ones.
Yep, and it was like $2 or $2.50. Kind of reminds you of Grandma Terry.
Yeah.
And then we have a little ghosty picture in a vintage frame. And the pigs, were those from Walmart? Those are your new salt and pepper shakers.
I think Walmart.
They're so cute. Then I thought I'd also give everybody kind of a close-up of her gallery walls. But we'll go to the dining room table. Got all the pumpkins and candles and even some holiday treats. I'm going to steal one later. And this, I think, came from Amazon a year or 2 ago. So, nice little Halloween-y fall table. Excuse me, Joe.
The fake candles that you can put on a timer.
I know, I love those. And the ribbon. The ribbon, I love this ribbon. And then here's the gallery wall. This one, oh my goodness.
This is the first one we put up when I moved in.
Right.
Just keeps growing.
Yep. I don't know how many. Some of them came from Habitat. Some came from estate sales.
Goodwill.
Yep.
I think there's maybe 2 that, like, that little one with the lid is from Michael's.
This one right here.
Yeah.
I actually bought at Michael's.
I can't remember any of the other ones specifically coming from an actual store and not thrifted.
Right. And then this came from, was it Home Goods? Because we each have it as a nod to Grandma.
I cannot remember, but...
Home Goods or TJ Maxx. This came from an estate sale. That came from an estate sale. This I bought off Amazon for her because it's a willow tree. She loves willow trees. But yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, we forgot my little pumpkin man right here.
Here's Haley's pumpkin man too. Well, actually it's a pumpkin woman, isn't it?
Oh.
Well, it's wearing a dress.
It might just be a long shirt. He's got, oh, I guess that's his mouth. It looks like a mustache.
I thought that too, till I got close for a close-up. Then I was like, nope, it's a squirrely smile. Then over here on her little bar cart, we have a little wooden skeleton. And then she has her, this is a pumpkin lady for sure. And she all fancy. Yep, she got a little bobbly head. And then there's little Joe, dressed for Halloween. Joe Mummy. And then she's got some apothecary jars. And she got her nice wall hanging that we tie-dyed in a bathtub.
It was an experience.
To say the least. And then she's got her little mummy I made her, Clyde. And a little rag pumpkin that I made for her in pink. And her new plant, Pray For Me, Jet Tila. Although she decided she wanted to name it Joan Jet, so.
Well, my plants are cool ladies.
I don't know what to say to you.
Oh.
So this is her Gandalf ghost I made for her to go with Lord of the Rings. And then like she was pointing out here, this is a little sloth with a plant that her sister got her for her birthday. Another rag quilt. And then this one and the cat she painted, we made those out of decoupage as a nod to the old retro style paper mache baskets, or buckets for trick or treats. And then that stand, I don't even remember where that came from. But I'm gonna show you, even though it's not Halloween, I'm gonna show you some of her. She loves Jane Eyre, so we have a lot of Jane Eyre. And her middle name is Elizabeth, so that's why I got the handkerchief from my estate sale for her. And then made her that one Christmas. Sorry, there's a glare, so you're not gonna see it so well, but. And then these are all just special mementos for her. The puppy looks like Joe. This was her Grandma Ann's.
Yeah.
And.
Well, that picture is you and me at one of the.
Yep, at one of the.
Tilt-a-whirl, right?
At Millard Days. And there's Grandma Terry. And she loves the Golden Girls.
Blanche is the best.
Seashells. And a little pink depression hint on the nest. A pink house, beach house. And then just bunches of books. And
my
then
Georgie cookie jar.
Oh yeah, Georgie cookie jar. So a long time ago, even when she was young, I'd say she's 7 or 8, I found this cookie jar in Oklahoma when we were visiting on vacation, my Aunt Dina. And it looks like our dog, and I loved it. And then when we got older and I no longer wanted it as a cookie jar, Hailee wanted it because it reminded her of her dog Georgie. And there's Grandma Ann and Hailee, and those are full of Grandma Ann's recipes.
Yeah, Aunt Laurie and Brooke made all of it. My cousin Brooke and my Aunt Laurie made them all for all of us when she passed.
That's awesome. And then I gave her my handkerchief quilt because I'm going to make another one. And then a little ghosty with a pumpkin pillow from Temu. And then she has her end table here with a fun, I guess this was the viral cat. Everyone was trying to find at Walmart, and I ended up with 2 of them, so she has one. And her little nod to like a Wednesday Adam trick-or-treater. And then her fall mug. It's not Joe, but it's still a cute puppy. And then some pumpkins. And was this Grandma Ann's as well?
Yep.
And then a pumpkin. And then this is a reversible blanket I made for her. So on one side it's cute little ghosties. And then she'll have the cookie side for Christmas. And we'll come over here and finish, and then I will show you the gallery walls here as well, because she has this fun little guy and a little pumpkin that I made for her, and that little fun guy, and another rag pumpkin, and then her favorite from Nightmare Before Christmas, Shock, Lock, and Barrel, and then some mummy pumpkins up here.
That you also made.
Yup, I make a lot of things. That's what happens when you get inspired or bored. Or both. Or sometimes I just want what I've seen in stores and I don't want to pay for it, so I make it. Speaking of making it, there's a little Joe I made her. And a little plant Ange for her friend Angela, who's now in heaven. She wanted to grow up and be a vet, and sadly ovarian cancer put a stop to that. So
She was very young too. She was still in college.
yep. So here's this gallery wall. I'll step back so you can see the whole wall, and then we can look closer. But I've got to be across the entire room in order to get it. But this is, I guess it's kind of Jane Eyre inspired, isn't it?
Yeah, because even if it's not Jane Eyre specific, well, that picture over there is a Jane Eyre illustration in the green oval frame.
Right.
But the rest is just like the vibe.
Right, because you have this house.
Which I want to do that thing that I saw of it on Pinterest where it said they'll never find your body. I just think that's hilarious.
But this is a Jane Eyre cover art. And then kind of reminds you of the fields where Jane Eyre was. Landscape, yep. And then a sconce. She has matching sconces. I got those at an estate sale, and I'm probably sure they're probably like home interiors. And then this came from the vintage market last year. And I don't remember, was this Hobby Lobby? And then I made the foamier. And then this is big pictures from Hobby Lobby. And then we made this out of eucalyptus and seashells. And then that came from,
I think that was like Market Days maybe as well.
I think
in
so.
the spring.
Yep, and then that mirror came from an estate sale, and there's the other matching sconce. And I'm sure that frame came from an estate sale, and then Hailee found a picture that she liked. And then the shutter, is that from
The Promise.
The Promise downtown Fayetteville? And then this came from an estate sale. I have one that's similar, so I gave one to her and kept one. And then this little frame also came from an estate sale, and she found some little pictures that she liked to put in it. Then on the other side of the room, she has this little plant. Darren and I have this running joke that I find goofy things to leave at her house when I come to visit, so we left a poop emoji.
That frog is from a bar Stevie and I, when we were young and did a bar crawl.
Oh yeah?
They're little finger puppets that came in the drinks.
And then this little basket I found at an estate sale, and then she found a scarecrow for her and a scarecrow for me as a nod to Grandma.
They're little sticks and they're 90-something cents from Walmart.
Yep, that's Haley's favorite serial killer book.
Well, he's not, I don't know if he qualifies as a serial killer. He just murdered his family, which is still awful.
Right. And then a pumpkin, and then a scented candle, and then here's a itty bitty little pumpkin I made for her. And then over here she has another beautiful little plant named Judy, and a little ghosty, and another rag pumpkin that I made for her. But then we'll step back so you can see this wall. Okay, so there's this gallery wall. And that one also we've just been adding and adding to. So I'm going to start on this side and work over so you can see what's each of these things. So this came from a flea market up in Raleigh. And then this was it Jacksonville, wasn't it? We went to antique flea markets in Jacksonville, and it was an album of Dolly's, which weren't sure if we wanted the album so much as she loved the cover, and it was
I love Dolly's music, but I get nervous buying records secondhand. You never know if they're gonna actually play or if they'll just skip a ton.
Right, and it was $50, and she's like, I just want the image, so I took a photo of it and we printed it and she framed it, and there you go. And then this came, I think, off the internet, Pinterest. Then that one I got from an Etsy shop for her because she likes Frida, and that came from, was it like a Habitat or Goodwill?
I think it was like a Habitat.
And then that one, I don't know, where'd you find that one?
Probably like Home Goods or something.
Yep, and then that's her on the beach when she's 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yep, in Galveston, Texas. And then this little series is one that she made for herself.
Which is not a, oh, Joe. It's not a unique idea. I found it on the internet and painted it.
That was so funny. And then these are pictures of her when you're what? You would have had to be about 7 here.
Because Callie's a little.
Maybe 8.
In my Barbie dress.
Yep. And then that came from
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. And then this is actually Bald Head Island, isn't it? Old
Yeah,
Baldy.
Yeah.
And then she made that from stuff from Michael's and Hobby Lobby.
Yep.
And then that's from a print from Omaha.
Yeah, it's from a local coffee shop, local artist.
What was the name of that coffee shop?
Zen? Is that what
Zen.
it is?
Yep, Zen Coffee.
And
There
they
was a
call it
local
coffee
art.
flights.
Right, and there was a local artist that did this series of these pictures, and that was the one she liked, so we got that one. Then I made that for her out of eucalyptus, and that was actually a print found in some of Grandma Terry's things. And then that was a yarn lady I made for her. And then I made that too. And then this is from an estate sale. You might have seen it in one of my recent videos. Somebody went to a lot of work to cross stitch that beautiful picture. And then we made that for Dolly. When I'm feeling a little low, I put on my favorite high heels to stand a little taller, which is a good idea. And I'm not sure, where'd we find that one at?
Hobby Lobby.
And then that's me being a Gomer.
It's one of my favorite pictures of you out in the garden.
That I'm so bad at. And then that came from a church garage sale. The whispers of our lives want us to take notice. They may just be whispers, small voices tucked deep inside the pockets of our hearts. But we must hold to their possibilities close to our chest and allow them to step into the light. And this is a print that I got for each of us because it's from our favorite movie we share together, You've Got Mail.
It's a real coffee shop in New York that they filmed at.
Yeah, and we just like the print. So that is Hailee's apartment home tour for 2024. What do you think, Joe? Did you have a nice little tour? Did you enjoy it? Huh?
He says, I already chewed up my part of the tour.
Yeah, he had a cute little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin.
Toy.
And you chewed it, didn't you? Happy Halloween, huh, Joe?